we're going to do fresh installation and also upgrade for existing customer. Okay, there's a couple of ways that we can upgrade without losing your data, without losing your account. In the past, you have to create a new account, you know, for existing user, but we found a way to do that. So I'm going to share it later on. Okay. So let's give it 2 more minutes and then we're going to kickstart. People will be coming later. So let's get started for now. You know, we're going to get started and hopefully there are more people joining us later. Okay. So as I mentioned, today I'm going to go through fresh installation and upgrading for existing user as well. I figure out that, you know, some of the members may want to do a fresh installation, or some of them may want to try upgrading. Okay. So let me kickstart with the fresh installation. Now, most of you are existing tester, but this recording is also for newcomer. You know, if they want to participate in our beta test. The beta test today that we're doing is a closed beta test. It's not an open beta test yet. So you got to download APK for Android phone, or you got to go through a test flight invite link from us to install the application and start testing the application. We figure out that by the end of the year, we will make this available on Android, Google Play, and Apple Store, and make it a public beta test. Okay, so you know it's going to happen. I mean, there's some question asked when the application is going to be able to downloadable from the you know, all this store. So it should be available by end of the year. Okay, but for now it's still a beta test. It's still a closed beta test that will require you to download the APK and so on. So as you download it, I'm going to run. Actually, I can do a quick demo, you know, fresh demo online, but that's going to take up some time when I need to switch between the screens. So as you can see here, I have you know, recorded a installation here, right? So the installation should be very fast. As I was talking, the installation is done. And the first screen that you're going to see is the Metalife landing screen, all right? And here you have two options: create account, import account. Now we're going to create a new account. Later on, we're going to show you the import account for the existing users. Okay, so go ahead and create account, right? Now, on and off, Metalife is going to ask you for access, you know, to the phone resources. So, you know, just give it just approve that. Here we are creating a wallet. After entering the password, here you go. Oops, sorry, it goes too fast. After you enter the password, the wallet, the first thing that the application is creating is that it's going to create a wallet at the back end, right? And once that's done, you will have to go through a process of backup your account, just like any digital wallet. I skipped the backup, but you should do that, all right? And now and after you've done the backup, you will come into the application. And since this is the first time you come into the application, you have to enter the password that you have created earlier on. Now, once you've done that, very important, you're going to see a small notification here that says "My pub success." It means that you're connected to a pub. The very first time as you enter into the application, now bear in mind that this is a decentralized environment, okay? So the way that the application does is when you first get into the application wants you to see the rest of the world. And in order to see the rest of the world, the first thing first is you have to be connected to a pub. You have to follow a pub, all right? And so the application automatically detect the nearest pub around your area. It's going to detect your area, and it's going to find the nearest pub nearest to you, and then connect you to the pub. Okay. Now most of the international users, tester, we will be connected to what? We will be connected to a pub called Metalife Planet 2. All right. And so, as you can see here, you know, I moved from the home page to the contact page. And in the contact page, when you first get it, you know, you're going to see something look like that. So this is the ID of Metalife Planet 2. All right. It will change to a name ultimately, but when you first connect, you're going to see the ID first. All right. And that's fine. Okay. The first priority of this pub when you're connected is to get the information that the pub has, and is to get the information to you. And so, you know, it is not going to beautify itself with name. It is not going to beautify itself with its picture and so on. The first priority, once you're connected, you're going to see nothing, but you know what it does. It is actually pulling data down from the pub. Now, very important. How do you know that you are connected to the pub? And how do you know that the pub is doing his work at this point, right? The way to do that is as you get into contact, right? Once you're into contact, you see the pub, right? And you need to check whether this pub is fully connected, whether you're fully connected to the pub. And in order to do that, you click on the top right button here. This will bring you to the peer page, as we are seeing right now, right? So this is the peer page. And in the peer page, you're going to see the pub as a connected peer. All right, just pause it. The good thing about recording is that I can always go back and show you guys when it is moving too fast. Okay, so we just move it forward again. Oops. Sorry, yeah. In the peer page, you're going to see the pub in the connected section, and then it has the status, it has the button unfollow, and it has the button disconnect. Now, by having these two buttons, you're sure that you are connected and you're following the pub. So you're good. So you're in a place where the pub is downloading data. You're at the state where the pub is downloading data to you, right? So you're good with that. Now, to speed up the you know, the synchronization, we can also go to profile. We're going to add more pub. You should connect to more pubs. And we also introduce a facility called room. And we're going to talk about what's the difference later on. Okay. And by connecting to more pub and rooms, that allowed you to download data a lot more quicker than just connected to one pub. Right? Think about it this way, right? You get more information from more friends rather than, you know, if not, you're going to get all the information from one friend, and that's going to take you more time doing that, right? Now, to connect to more pub, you go to profile, and then you go to setting. You click on setting on top, and then you go to the pub section. Now we're connected to pub 2, so you know you don't have to connect to pub 2 again, right? Here you go. I click on connect to pub 1, and you should see invite accepted. All right. Now, if you continue to click on connect here, it's going to give you an error message and say invite not accepted or whatever. That is not really an error. We're going to change the message, you know, when the developer has time. But that is actually telling you that you're already connected to the pub. So if you see a warning error, when you see a invitation is rejected message, it means that you're actually connected, right? So we're going to enhance our UI here a little bit, all right? So like if you are connected to pub 2, this should be gray off. If you are connected to pub 1, it should be gray off. Or even if it's not gray off, if you were to click again, it will tell you that you already already connected to pub 2 and so on, rather than giving you a message, an error message, right? So I'm connected to pub 1 also right now. And I'm going ahead to get out of pub, and I'm going into room, and I'm going to connect to the room, right? So invitation accepted again, right? So I'm coming out from setting, I'm coming out from profile back to connect. As you can see, I'm connected to 2 pubs already in the contact. And now in peer, okay, I want you to see that. Now you could see that there is a room, all right? Think of a room like a physical room, okay? So anyone come into the room like here, right? If anyone happen to be online and they are in the room, you can actually see them. So we can talk about that. Maybe I can talk about that right now. In the future, let's say if you are talking to some friend and you want to connect to the person, and let's say, you know, you didn't want to search for the person and so on, you can get the person and say, hey, go into this room. I'm in this room right now. And then when that person come into this room, you can see the ID right away, and you can connect and follow the person right away. So that's another way to make friends. Okay, you can make friends in the pub, or you can also make friends in the room. In the room, you see the ID directly. However, you cannot see the ID of people in the pub. You got to find them, all right? So here, as you can see, we are all done, right? We are connected to, we are in the room, and we are also connected to two pubs here. All right. Now, with that going on, you're going to see data coming in very quickly. So I get out of contact. I go back to home, kind of trigger a little bit, you know, wait for a few more seconds, you know, toggle a few pages. Okay, toggle a few pages and get up. All right. And you can see, I'm seeing data coming in from the pub, you know, okay, data is coming in from the pub right now, slowly. Now we change the sequence of you know, things being downloaded to your phone right now. We felt that the data is more important right now, and so, you know, the text data are coming in priority. And so, as you can see earlier on, you know, you do not have. Let me just pause here. You see text coming in, but you may not see the graphic of the profile picture coming in yet, because, you know, like I say, data should come in first, right? And when data come in, then you start to see the profile picture coming in. Now, I think a few of you have started using the version. You will also realize that this new version is a lot more fluid compared to the old version. During the old version, when you download the data, when we advise you, as the data is downloaded, you do not touch any of the screen. You do not, you know, navigate to the rest of the screen, right? Because that is gonna, you know, cause the phone to you know, get overloaded, and some of the less powerful phone, they may crash or whatever. In this new release, you could pretty much, as the data is downloading, you could pretty much navigate to other places. Like I went into NFT, I went into Open Galaxy to look at NFT that's available and so on, at the same time when the data is still downloading, right? So that is a great improvement in terms of the user experience, okay? And now I want to show you, as we're downloading, you know, like I say, the pub, the priority of the pub is still going to be downloading the application. Okay. And when the data is downloaded to a certain level, then, you know, then you will be, then the pub is going to go ahead and create the photon channel. Okay, here you go. I went into photon channel. All right. And I can see that my channel, my wallet channel is created. Now this channel is important. This is the channel between you and the pub. And this is a channel where you will be receiving your reward from the pub, okay? And many of you, you know, you may not get this channel, you know, if you're, you know, if the data is still downloading and you go inside and out of the application, you disrupted the data download and so on, you may not see this channel. Now, again, in the old system, during the data downloading and during the kind of the interaction between the first interaction between the pub and yourself, if the pub cannot find you, your channel is not created and you will never be able to create going forward. That is in the old system, right? The new version has a great improvement in the sense that, of course, the pub will still try to find you as you're doing the first interaction, like what it is doing right now. This is 4 minutes into the installation, right? The pub actually found me, and it has downloaded enough data. It has availability to create this channel for me. And so my channel is created, and my reward, my first reward, I received my first reward. And this first reward is because the fact that I have signed up to use the application, and I'm given a reward like that. Okay. Now, for some of you that did not get the channel created, that's fine. You could go ahead, when the data is downloaded, when your system already got most of the data in, then you can go ahead and start posting and so on, posting or liking. Now, when you start posting or liking, you're going to start earning, right? The pub is going to recognize you that you earn something, and the pub is going to issue reward to you. Now, when the pub is trying to issue reward to you, then it realized that the channel hasn't been created. The channel will be created automatically. So even during the first step, you may not see this. No worry. Ultimately, this channel will be created over time as you start, posting, as you start your activity in Metalife, as you start earning, that channel will automatically be created. And to that token, if you happen to, as you can see, the data started to come in. More data started to come in right now, all right? And I want to say that back to the photon channel, right? If that photon channel, if you accidentally deleted that photon channel, close that photon channel, all right? That channel become, your relationship, your token relationship with the pub is missing, right? Again, no worry. You can continue to post. You can continue to like. As far as the pub knows that you earn some token, and when it is trying to send you the token, it find that the channel is missing, it will automatically create that channel again. Okay, so this is a great improvement compared to the past, when you have an account and the channel is not created, then the account is no good. The account will never receive a token. In this case right now, even if the channel does not exist, it will be automatically created over the time. All right. So here we have created the the account. As you can see, I have two pub. Oops, I have two pubs, right? And that two pubs will start to download, and that two pubs will start to evolve, right? The name will start to come out, the picture will start to come out, right? This is in the span of from 12:27 to 12:31. In the span of 4 minutes, you should start to see a lot of data coming in, right? Now we talk about pubs and room. And what are pubs and room? Okay, so these are all the functionality of pubs and room. Okay, pub acts as a super node in that sense. Okay, pub actually connect you to the rest of the world. Okay, and make you searchable to the rest of the world. All right. So this is important, and therefore it is always very important to follow a pub, to befriend a pub. Okay, to befriend a pub. Pub has to be your friend. All right. And most importantly, when you do anything, let's say if you were to search for someone, if you were to post, if you were to check your reward, if you want to have your reward coming down, you need to have this green button. I always say that when something go wrong, when we come to help you, the first thing that we always ask is, are you connected to the pub? Okay, so you may be following a pub, but you may not be connecting to a pub. So you may see a connect button that just look like that. Okay, and if you see a connect button that just look like that, you have to click on the connect button for the pub. Okay, there's a little bit of error here. We're going to fix that display. But if you see Metalife Planet 1 or Planet 2 is in the follow state, as in has a follow button and has a connect button, it means that you're not following, you're not connecting. and this is where you need to connect to them. And when you're connecting to them, back to the contact page, like I say, the green button, the green dot is very important. You must have the green dot. Okay. All right. So pubs serve as a gateway to the rest of the world and make you searchable. Room doesn't. Okay. Room serve as a local area network where you meet your friend, where you ask your friend to come into the room and immediately you can see the ID of the friend. And so it is easier for you to connect and follow your friend in that sense. Okay. Now, both of them help to propagate and also have a backup of your data. Okay. So if you follow a pub, if you follow a room, if you get into the room, the good thing is your data is stored in that location as well. So that for any situation, in any situation, if you lost your phone, if you have to reinstall your phone and get your data back, your data is backed up in, you know, all these locations. And so that's the reason why you want to connect to more pub, you want to join more room, to make sure that your data is backed up. All right, that become your part of your social graph. Okay. And then pub, most importantly, act as a kind of the police in the whole system. Pub right now is a validator to validate that you have done your action, you have your activities. And once you've done that, pub actually pub is the one that trigger the smart contract to issue the token through the channel, through the layer 2 channel to you. Okay. So again, I can't stress enough how important is the pub, especially the pub that you are connected to, right? The pub that give you reward. You need to make sure that there is a green dot here. Okay. So these are all the functionality of the pub, right? So we talk about that, right? During installation, the Metalife application will determine the nearest pub and join you to the pub, right? And you should be connected to more pub. Okay. Pub's first priority, like I just mentioned, right, is to download the data to you. Okay, then it will create the photon channel. All right. So if you happen to be in an environment where the network is very slow, maybe you're gonna see the photon network. You saw my photon channel was created 4 minutes into the installation. But in a slow network environment, maybe you see that coming in a 10 minute or so on. All right. It really depends on your network. Okay. And pub and rooms, think of pubs and room like the node in a blockchain. Okay. So the pubs and room are ultimately going to be operated by individuals. And those that are servicing, those that are operating the pubs and room, they will also get the reward like the miner. So they actually behave like a miner for the Metalife. Okay. So when you are interested, if you are interested, when we are ready, you know, you could stand up, you know, your machine. You can stand up any server in the cloud to offer that kind of service going forward. All right. Now, pub ultimately will also be the governance, the consensus when you know, that will also act as a curator for, you know, some bad posts, some, you know, fake news and so on. And those we're going to talk about that later on. All right. Now, as the data is coming in, you may go ahead and create your profile. Okay. Now, when you have not created your profile, you're going to see, yeah, you're going to see yourself look like that and with that name in the public. Okay. You're not going to see, you know, kind of all this beautiful people. All right. You're going to see yourself look like that. So the first thing first is you should customize your appearance in front of everybody, right? So in order to do that, you would go to profile. So I go to profile here. I go to profile here. I create a nickname, okay? And then give yourself a nickname. And then you can create your avatar through the Ready Player Me here, right? So I just went ahead and create that very quickly. You can spend a lot of time to to create that avatar. You could also come back and, you know, add more accessory to the avatar or change it. It's up to you. You can change your appearance every day. Okay. Now there is a question like asking about, will avatar be a NFT just like any other application? My answer to you is, first of all, the avatar that you have created ultimately can be used in the in-game, can be used in the game that are on our platform. Okay, so you can use your avatar as a game character. Now we do and we can convert the avatar to an NFT, and we love to do that. Unfortunately, Ready Player has a clause that they do not want to allow. They do not allow avatar to be created into an NFT for some, you know, IP, you know, reasons and so on. I mean, it's in their fine print. If you want to read the terms of use, you can go to readyplayer.me and read the terms of use. But we'll continue to discuss with them to make sure that, you know, ultimately the avatar should be part of the profile, should be part of the profile, NFT, and so on. Okay. All right. So I've just created my avatar. All right. And once you've done that, and your data probably would have come in, you know, by now your data would have come in a lot, right? So remember, we have we install it at 12:27, and this is 12:34 right now. 6-7 minutes into the installation, and I can play it. You're gonna see a lot more posts coming in, right? So this is a, we started to see picture coming in. We started to see you know, headshot of the users and so on. So pretty much data has been coming in very well over the time. All right. Now, when the data is coming in, you're not going to see, if you go to the contact, you're still going to see your 2 friends, which are the pups, right? Now, then how do you make more friends? Okay, there are a couple of ways that you can make friends. Okay, you can make friends with stranger, or you can make friends with people that you know who have given you the IP, the ID of their address, and then you can join. You can search for them and you can make friends with them. Okay, so here I'm showing you the first method of, you know, finding friend, right? So like this, what I've done, right? I go into homepage, I review the posting, I like some of the blog, I click on the character. The moment that I click on the character, I'm looking at the character itself. Okay, so this is Sally Mehta, this is a person. And then you could look at, you know, you could look at all the posts that she has ever posted here. Okay, you can scroll down and look at the post. All right, these are all the posts that he has posted. And if you're happy with that, if you think that this person is interesting and you want to follow this person, you want to be friends with this person, you can click on this follow button here. So, or if you look at the post and, you know, this person has always posted very negative news and, you know, fake news and so on, and you don't want this person information to appear, you don't want this person's post to appear in your homepage, then you block the person, right? Rather than follow, you block it. And the moment that you block this person, the post of this person will never appear in on your phone, right? So in this case, I just follow the person, right? So by following the person, you know, that person is going to receive a notice that, you know, she has a follower, and she can decide to follow you back. And once you're mutually follow, you know, both of you become friends. Okay, so this is one way to do it. And I'm just scrolling through and look at you know, more people, and if I like, you know, Jack is interesting. I want to follow Jack and so on. Okay. So this is how you follow them. Like say, if they follow you back, then you're friend. Okay. Now, the other way to make friend is to go to contact, right? Go to contact. Your friend may have given you their ID or his nickname, and then you can find that person using that information. So let's do that. Okay. So, so I go into contact right now. I start searching with the ID. So if you start typing, you're going to see things coming out, right? So I'm searching for an ID that look like that. So Mark has given me an ID, right? And by typing in the ID, you realize that Mark 12 appears. Okay, this is actually his ID. How do I know that this is his ID? So if I found someone, I can click again, always click on the person's headshot, and then that get into the profile of Mark, right? As you can see, if you were to click the if you were to click on the name right now, okay, you're gonna expose his ID. You're gonna see his ID here, and this is his ID, right? But Mark, of course, he has created his own nickname called Mark 12, right? Okay, yeah. So I could confirm that I can follow him, or I could search by nickname. When you search by nickname, you do not need to put you do not put an ampersand in front. You can just straight ahead type it, right? And that's like, you know, appear. Mark 12 will appear. All right. So it is better to, again, like I say, it is better to customize your profile first so that people can search you by your nickname rather than people has to remember, you know, your ID and search you via the ID. Okay. So this is how you can be found, you know, and then, you know, you can follow your friend. And again, you know, when your friend follow you back, okay, your friend will appear in the follow, in this follow category. I think there's one that I demo it here. Let me see. Okay, so remember earlier on, I have found Sally and I like her and I follow her. And Sally is actually the other phone. See, I'm following her right now. But when Sally follow you back, see that Sally become a friend. Okay. All right, let's talk about reward right now. A lot of people are having reward problem, and I assure you there's no problem. Okay. But I also want to share with you some of the rewards that we're doing right now. Right now, as you know that when you first sign on, you're going to receive 10 MLT and 1 SMT. And then as you're doing different activity, you're going to be rewarded accordingly. Now, very important, right? You have to post more than 10 words and you have to comment more than 10 words before you earn a token. All right. We're still trying, because we are creating an application that's for the international market. So the way that we count words, we're counting the space in between words. And unfortunately, that doesn't work for some of the language, like the Chinese, the Korean, and so on. So we are enhancing that to make sure that, you know, those languages, we're able to detect a good post from those languages as well. For now, we're working with the tester, the Chinese language tester and the Japanese language tester to make sure that they are rewarded as well. Okay, that will have to be done manually. Okay, now going forward, we're going to implement a few other reward automatically. Most importantly is the referral reward. Okay, if you refer friends to the to use the application, you will be rewarded 10 MLT. All right. Now, don't stop while we don't have that reward automatically implemented right now. Don't stop you. Don't stop from introducing your friend into the application. If you think that this is a really good application for you to interact with friends, for the fact that they're going to own their content going forward, right? So continue to invite your friend, and then, you know, work with Mark and Jack. Let them know that if you have invited any friends, you know, if you have connected to them, make sure that you let us know. We're going to, reward you as well. Okay. Now, some of you will ask a question about, there are, how do we govern the whole system? How do we make sure that no one is spending, no one is sending hate news, fake news, no one is sending, hate messages across one another and so on, right? This is an open community, and we want everyone to, well, express freely, but at the same time, do not infringe other people's territory and so on, right? So for that, we have implemented a system. You could report spam. All right, that's a button for you to report today. You could report it. It's just that the reward is not automatically given, right? But you can report it right now. Right now, as it is, our team is going to review the report, and our team is going to determine whether that is a real, that's a real cross or not. If that is a confirmed spam, then that account is going to be blacklisted. Now, when the account is blacklisted, you will not be allowed to post for 7 days. Okay. Now, a continued, a repeated offense, which means that we have the right to remove you from the system. Okay. So this is, manually implemented right now, but going forward, we're gonna have more. We're gonna do that automatically. Okay, I think that is okay. Sorry. All right. So let me see whether there are more systems. Okay, there are also questions about will the reward system be like that for long? Now right now the reward system is capped at 500 MLT daily. Okay, I think there's some bugs. Some of you are earning more than that, but that's okay. But ultimately, what we want to do is we're going to fine-tune the reward system. Rather than putting a cap on a daily earning, we want to cap by activities. So for example, because we want to promote real activities and not, people just come on and create 10 words and, just earn a reward, right? So what we want to do is we're going to fine tune it. Like for example, even for posting, we think that, it doesn't make sense for to reward someone to continue posting and not stopping, right? So maybe we want to reward people by, like 10 posting and that's it, 10 posting a day, or maybe 5 posting within 1 hour, right? Then we'll reward you. You have more than 5 posting, that's fine. We're not going to reward you for the rest of the posting and so on. I think that is fair, right? I think, even in Twitter and so on, you see posting over the time, and you're not going to see spike of posting and then no posting going forward. All right. Yeah, I addressed some of the question on referral reward. Okay. Some of you asked about tipping as well. Yes, tipping will be available going forward, tipping by token. So not just like, right? If you like a KOL and if you want to, give him some earning, yes, there is a tipping function that's available. Okay. All right. Now come to the point that a lot of you say that I'm not getting reward. Now, if you've just posted, you're not getting reward 1-2 minutes. It can be because of your network. Okay. But if you're not getting reward, make sure that you look at, again, I can't stress enough that you need to be connected to the pub that give you the reward. So you need to see this green dot. Okay. Now you also need to see this green dot when you're in the Photon network, so that Photon knows that you're online. Okay. Now bear in mind that this is a toggle button. This is one feature that I want to enhance, that it should be a button kind of border around it, so that user know that this is a button. A lot of you may not know that this is a button. And when you press this 3 dot, you may have pressed this and make this offline. Check. This could go offline. Okay. When you see offline, make sure that you click once and turn it back online. Okay. It's very important to turn it back online. And also, you know, if you do not have a channel, that's fine, right? The channel will get created, but it may take some time for it to be created. Your channel creation got to go through a blockchain verification. So it's going to go through, you know, at least 7 blocks before the chain is created and so on. But if you see dot here, if you see dot here, if you see channel here, you're all set to receive a token. Okay. Now, so I mentioned that a little bit. All right. So token is not token in the photon channel may not be the same as that in the earning. Okay. You may not, it may not be a one-to-one, and I'm going to tell you why later on. Okay. Anyway, we're going to post this so you can read this notes, but let me show you why it is not. This requires a little bit of animation, so hold on. Sorry. Okay. So let's say, you know, over 2 days period, you have done some posts and you have done some like. In total, in your earning, it display that you earn, you know. Okay, so let's talk about our 24-hour display. Our 24-hour earning display. Our 24 hours earning display is a running 24-hour. It is not a daily 24-hour per se. So let's say today is 18, right? It doesn't mean that the 24-hour earning is from 00 hour of 18 to 2359 of 18. No, it is not. It is based on right now the time where you search. So for example, if I were to look at my 24 hours earning at this time, right? If I were to look at my earning at 9:30 at night, it means that I'm going to look at the total that display here is the 24 hours, including the one that I have done on 15. Okay. That means, you know, it was yesterday, but it is within the 24 hours. Okay. So this is 24 hours earning. This is not like I said, it is not just for today, right? It is a running number. Okay. So you should be able to see the corresponding photon in your channel, in the photon channel. So you know, 551122, you know, it should tally. Okay. So like this, right? If your network is stable, if you have all the green button, green dot at the right place, then the timing should be more or less the same. When you see that earning, right, the detail of the earning, if you go to the transaction record, you should see roughly the same time. Okay, like 1454, you see 1454, 1453, you see 1453, and so on. Okay, so it should tally very well. Okay, now let's talk about situation when it is not tally. Same thing, right? I'm talking about this three. Okay, so same thing. Okay, same scenario, right? At 9:30, I look at my earning. My earning says that I have earned 8 MLT, right? So I've done a post a day before, but it is within the 24 hours. I've done a like, I've done a comment, I should get 8. But then in the photon channel, I could only see 6 of them, 6 MLT. This didn't come in, all right? Now, when this didn't come in, like I said, don't worry, it will catch up. For whatever reason, photon channel couldn't sense that you're online and therefore couldn't send you the token. And that's fine, right? you can, you don't have to worry about that, right? And then next day, maybe you continue to post again, right? So when you post, you got 5 MLT. Now, as you post, maybe then, that's when it happened that your photon sense that you're online already, then it sent you a 5 MLT. It will also consolidate and realize that, oh, there's one that I didn't pay him, right? And that's why you're going to see an additional photon transaction, even though there's no action, even though there's no earning, right? And that's why some of you were laughing that, oh, I'm earning more than I did. Well, you're not earning more than you did. It's because photon is catching up, okay? With some of the old system, photon might catch up a few days of earning. And all of a sudden, one day you might receive I saw some of you receive a few hundred MLT all of a sudden, right? Those are because we are catching up a lot of payment that we didn't pay you in the past, okay? But going forward, like I say, once we catch up, it should be matching. It should always be matching, right? But of course, you can't look at the summary. You have to go into transaction record. I mean, if you want to match one by one, go into a transaction record and match, do screenshot and then match it with your earning if you want to do a test. Okay, I can guarantee you, we're very confident that the reward right now is doing very well. It's doing the catch up, right? If you're still not getting it after a day, after half a day, reach out to us, give us your wallet. We will confirm with you because we have a way to check at the back end. All right. So please do not post in the group. Do not post in the blog that you do not receive reward. Okay. I don't think that's fair for the system. Okay. Now, some of you also have problem with application. Some of you say that you could not create avatar. Some of you say that you could not add picture in the blog and so on. Now, when you're not able to do that, maybe because like I mentioned, when you first use it, when you first install it, sometimes they pop and say that the application wanted to use your camera, wanted to use your photo. If you did not give consent, going forward, you will not be able to use the photo picture function, right? Now, to fix that, all you need to do is to go to setting on the phone, go to look for Metalife application, and make sure that your Metalife application is set to be like that, all right? Metalife can use your location. Metalife application can use your location. You give right for Metalife to use your photo. That means, you can use your photo, you can mint NFT using your photo and so on, right? And the network, you should turn on all the network right now, and of course, camera and so on. Now, network is interesting. In the past, in the very old version, we advise you not to turn on all the network, use only local area network, use only Wi-Fi when you're doing installation, when you get the data to download. Now it is not necessary. We solve it. In the past, we have a challenge with data sync. So if you're doing data synchronization and then you're walking inside and outside your room, you change from Wi-Fi to cell to mobile data and back to Wi-Fi and so on. Unfortunately, with the change of network, we have a little bit of challenges in the old version. This new version totally resolved that. So you could be on any network while the data is synchronizing. It will continue to work. So, so rest assured, you don't have to disable the network going forward. Okay. Okay, so I have very quickly, actually, I'm not quick. I have only 5 minutes, but I think I'm going to run long a little bit to talk about some of the steps, the very interesting step that we have, put together to allow you to migrate your account from an old version to a new version. Now, for a major version release, right now it is still beta test. Going forward, it shouldn't be an issue. But for a major release in the beta test, unfortunately, sometimes we require you to uninstall the application. and reinstall the application. Now, because this is a decentralized application, when you uninstall the application, you remove all the data as well, right? So when you reinstall the application, your data, you have problem, getting back your data. You have no problem getting back your social data, but the photon data and so on, those are the ones that have challenge getting back. So, but right now we have enhanced the application to allow you to do that. Now, in order to do that, the first thing first is, of course, you need to make sure that you have all the recovery phase so that after you've installed the new application, you can import your key, right? But also most importantly, let me just run it. Most importantly, like I mentioned, you need to withdraw. Okay, first thing is withdraw all your MLT into your wallet, from your channel into your wallet. Okay, this is done. You run it quick. Okay, okay, so this is withdraw right now. Okay, and then after that, you are going to close your channel. We want you to close your channel. All right. So once you close your channel, sorry, let me just go forward a little bit faster. Okay. So, oops, close your channel, right? And then make sure that your channel is empty right now. So before you uninstall, make sure that you have taken all your MLT into your wallet, and it's very important that you have to close your channel. And then your channel list, make sure that in your channel list is empty. And once you've done that, you can uninstall your application and go to the next step. Okay. Now, in the next step, then you install the new version, right? Like what we've done earlier on. You install the new version of the application. And then rather than create account, let me open. So open the application. Rather than create account, you import account. And then, of course, then you put in the recovery phase and you restore it. Okay. And then you allow that. Now, this is important. Then you want to join a room. The room help you to recover your data much faster than pub. Okay. Join the room. All right. So I've joined the room. And the moment that you join the room, you start to see data coming in. You see, you start to see the data coming in. Now I actually has speed up the recovery. I roll forward, but this is about 8 minutes kind of thing. Okay, it's about 8 minutes into that. You can wait. You can continue to wait. Sorry, you can continue to wait until the number gets stabilized for like 30 seconds to a minute. Then you realize that it is all your data has been synced, or you could actually skip. Okay, so I waited about 7 minutes. It downloaded 13 million data record, right? And it is still going on. So I was like, I didn't want to wait anymore. And so I went ahead to skip it. Okay, so I skip it. I get into my application, right? And in fact, after that, after 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure that the most of my data already come in. Okay, again, you can back up. I didn't need to back up. So I got into the application, right? It's going to get refreshed. See, if nothing come in, go through the screen and come back, right? As you can see, all my social graph, the one that I follow, the one that I didn't follow, it come back, and a lot of data already come in. Okay, so I recover all my data. Okay, I recover my social graph, right? And I recover my profile. Now, interesting, all right? So I've recovered my profile, but the photon, I've not recovered. You will see that. Okay, so like I say, once you've done that, okay, you can start posting, and when you get posting, your photon channel will be created. So let me show you, okay? So there's no earning, fine, but if I go to photon, you realize that I have no photon channel. The photon channel is not recovered, but the photon channel will be recreated, right? Because we close up the channel, right? So what I do is I realize that the channel is not there, and that's fine. Okay. So I go to home, I like once, I like twice. Okay. Look, this is 9:04 right now. Okay. Of course, it will take some time. I was just toggling between pages and trying to see when it come in. 9:05, right? Actually, a lot of data. The data has been restored. I know it because when you see photo, when you see picture, you know that the data has been restored. But you realize that the earning hasn't come in yet. The channel hasn't been created yet. Okay, so I was just navigating again, a few more times and so on. By 9:07, I actually paused the recording for a while because I don't know when it's coming in. Went to have a cup of coffee. 9:05, by 9:07, you realize that the earning is registered. Okay, the earning is registered. 2 minutes. So 2 minutes later, the earning is registered, and I go to photon. I go into photon. You realize that the channel get created and the earning got in as well. Okay, so this is a good way to recover everything. It actually recover your wallet, it recover your data, it also recover your photon channel. In the past, we have a challenge recovering data channel, but now we're able to do that. Okay, so yeah, we're coming to the end right now. Yeah, so I've shown you guys how to create a new account. A lot of people has challenges creating new account. Those are in the older version. You got to be careful. You got to make sure that your network is stable and so on. But with this new version, it is very seamless, as I've shown you earlier on how to create an account. And not only creating an account, you can even upgrade your wallet seamlessly right now, right? You can even migrate. Let's say if you have changed your phone, you want to migrate from one phone to another phone, you can follow this upgrade process, right? The step, and you'll be able to upgrade to another phone, all right? So I want to spend the last 5 minutes quickly talk about, some of the questions that some of the requests as well, right? Many of you talk about, wanted to have the ability to attach video, audio to posts and comments. Yes, that's in our roadmap, but you have to recognize that we are a decentralized, we are running a decentralized application. So while text and picture, we can hash it into the, into your chain, into your device. These things like video and audio, they could be a very big file. So we have to think of a way to handle that. One of the way to do that is to deal with IPFS or to deal with a decentralized, data center at the edge. Right. So these are some of the technology that we're exploring. It can be done. It's just how to use it seamlessly in a user environment. Okay. So yes, we have this in the roadmap. Probably in the next quarter, we should have this. Right. Image to command. Yes, this is going to happen. Image in command and image in private chat. This is easier to implement because it's just an image. Right. A lot of you talk about ability to set up your own group, just like in WhatsApp, you want to have a group chat and so on. Yes, again, it's in the roadmap. It will be available. We are exploring. In fact, believe the tech team is looking at this right now. Okay, so it should be, hopefully it should be up in by year end. All right, now deleting editing posts. Okay, this the system that we're creating is an immutable data store. So it's immutable in the sense that every record that you created is joined with another record, another data record that you created, right? So the fact that it is joined into a chain, it is impossible to go back to the previous record and edit. So there won't be an edit function. However, we could create some kind of an edit function in the sense that the previous record is hidden. And then you actually, when you do an edit in the user experience, when you do an edit in the backend, your previous record is actually hidden. And then you have a new record that has a new, that has an edited post in that sense. Okay, so that's how it is. Again, record can't be deleted, but it can be hidden or archived into into a back office and so on, right? So yes, it will be available, but again, bear in mind that it is not as simple as creating a delete or an edit function. It is really dealing with the data in the chain, right? So it's going to take us more time in doing that. Block and hide users, same thing. Yes, we're going to do that. Similar to the data, block and hide user. The user, so long as that they ever exist in the system, they never go away, right? But we can, of course, hide it and make it not searchable going forward, especially for some of the bad actors, or accounts that are no longer in use. We want to have the ability to hide them so that it doesn't clutter our ecosystem. Okay. Video chat, yes, it's going to be available. Again, video chat function probably is going to be some kind of a live streaming function and so on. Yes, easily available, but it's in the roadmap, not now. I talk about application downloadable. Yes, hopefully year end. We still got to go through the stringent criteria of each of these stores. I think you heard of the challenges, especially a decentralized application, a blockchain application nowadays get a lot of check from both stores to make sure that we are not a spam, we are not taking money from people. So hopefully by year end, if you get delayed by them, by all this validation, it may take longer. Here we talk about having one platform where we can buy different tokens of our ecosystem, and also about the VI swap that we ever created. Yes, this is very important. We're going to have a swap function in our wallet so that you no longer need to go to a centralized exchange and have your money, have your token there, and then lock up, no longer able to download, no longer able to get it. Okay, we're going to have a swap function directly from our wallet, so that number one, I think the first phase is really having the ability for you to swap token within the ecosystem. But very quickly, we want to be able to swap token with stable coin, and also some of the Bitcoins like Ethereum and Bitcoin going forward. So yes, this is in our roadmap and high priority. Is Metalife application a safe place to store large amount? Yes, Metalife is actually, Metalife application is a wallet. In fact, any wallet like the Metalife application wallet, the Tango wallet, the Ozone wallet that we've created, all those are just front end, right? A Tango wallet, whatever wallet in the Tango wallet, you can import it into Metalife. Whatever Metalife account, wallet account that you have, you can easily import it into, Tango or Ozone as well. Those are what we call a front end. Whatever token that you own is on chain, right? And that is something that, you know, always there. You can use any UI. In fact, if you are experienced enough, you can even import the Metalife app wallet into MetaMask, you know, the very popular wallet, right? You could do that, no issue at all. Okay. NFT, yes, we're gonna implement functionality that allow user to transfer not just NFT one by one, but bulk transfer NFT, and also be able to transfer collection of NFT. Okay. The last thing is about storage. Yes, right now we only store data on our handset, but think about it, right? If you have years of data, it's just not sustainable to keep data, years of your data, many years of your data on a handset or on a device itself. We are, you know, like just mentioned, we definitely look at IPFS, we definitely look at edge computing to allow user to individually sign on. Again, those are database, those are storage that owned directly by the user. It doesn't own by us, right? You as a user, you know, for example, you own Dropbox, right? And I, as an application, I'm able to kind of help you, or you decide what are the data that you want to archive from your device to the Dropbox, or, you know, think of Dropbox like an edge storage. Okay, you could do that going forward. All right. Incentive for NFT minting and trading. It's a good proposal. We're going to review that, but we definitely have a lot of thought about how we want to promote NFT going forward. Unfortunately, because right now we are focusing so much on application, NFT take a back sit. But going forward, NFT is going to be something that we want to create a lot of excitement, create a lot of promotion to get people into, you know, trading NFT. Earlier on, I actually like the community. You guys are trading NFT like trading card, right? When we I don't know whether, you know, you guys used to trade the you know, the player card and so on, you know. Continue to do that because that's fun, right? I love some of you that you know, create one NFT every day as you walk in the park. Keep doing that, right? Who knows, one day you're going to be so popular like that Indonesian kid that create the NFT of his emotion every day, right? So continue to do that, right? And of course we will put in some incentive to create that community of what I call it, NFT creation on the go, right? So yes, okay. All right, so with that, I think I ran over a little bit. I share whatever I want to share today, but we're going to create more AMA on how to, you know, how to use the application going forward. And that will be short. That will be maybe like 15 minutes kind of thing, half an hour kind of thing, so that we can also record and put into the group and share with the group going forward. Okay. All right, and with that, you know, I thank you all your attention. And like mentioned, this is recorded and you'll be sharing the group. I think we're going to slice it up into smaller slices so that, you know, you don't have to go through that 1 hour, this 1 hour to look for information. Okay, thank you.